Good. Draw your knees in, roll around on your back. Welcome, YouTubers. I just flipped the switch to go live around the world. Nice to have you on board. We're just rolling around on our back with our knees in to get started. Welcome if you're brand new. The algorithm dropped you off. The universe clearly knows you need yoga. Good. Let's roll up and issue Wednesday salutations. Wednesday, of course, if you're watching it live, December 18th, 2024, but I'm coming up on 1,000 recorded videos on my YouTube channel. So those of you who are watching via those means, if you haven't liked and subscribed, I'm really going to guilt trip you until you do it because these cat treats are muy expensivo and we got to pay for these. Anyway, I've got some exciting cat news today. My cat took a swing at me while he was out in his catio and scratched my nose. So I have a nice stripe on my nose. And then his new cat stuff arrived for the wall. I'm building this cat thing. These steps are going to go up there with these ascending shelves and then zigzag over, and then he can go up to his platform up there. So that's what I get. That's the thanks I get. I get a bloody nose for doing that. Anyway, am I cat dependent? Yes, I am. Hi, Jill. Hi, Stuart. Jennifer, Todd, Howie, Gisela, good to see you guys. And welcome to my friends around the world. Now, one of our number really likes joint juice. So tonight we're going to do seated joint juice, yin yoga. If you don't know what yin is, you're really going to like it. Yin is an acronym. It stands for why I in this pose so long. Then some restorative. We'll chant, pray, and meditate. By the end of this class, you'll feel better than when you started. That is my ongoing guarantee. So enough talk. Shoulders, 1, 2. Now, technically, this is called Viyama. That's the Sanskrit word. It means breaking up congestion, stiffness in the body. But one of my besties named it joint juice a few years ago. Good. Other way, shoulders up, over, and around. See how I'm polishing my knees as well? If you're brand new, why all the musical instruments? This is my music production studio. Greg, are you a professional musician? No. I'm an amateur, but I'm working on it. It's my new yoga. 7, 8. Good job. All right. Drop your chin, take your head around 8 times. 1. There's nothing that we do in this class that I'm sure you can probably do it, even if you're confined to a chair. This is yoga for everybody. It's very diverse, very inclusive. There's no equity. I can't guarantee the results, but it's very diverse and inclusive. 6. I'm not into equality of outcome. I'm into equality of opportunity. Other way. 1. There's no such thing as equality of outcome. 3. There is equality of opportunity. 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Now just relax your head down, close your eyes, aim your attention down into your guts. I'm getting over some creeping crud. I can breathe again. Feels good. Had laryngitis over the weekend. No one could hear me. They were positively loving it. Okay, let's get our wings open. Up you go. If you're brand new, this is called tiny room yoga. I used to have a 10,000 square foot yoga studio, and now I've got a 200 square foot yoga studio, but now I have billions and billions of friends watching all over the world, roughly plus or minus a billion. Up your back. If you just like and subscribe, damn it, it sure would help. For those of you who already have, thank you. Now say poof with me. One of the hallmarks of this class is we try not to take ourselves too seriously. That's a problem with advanced yoga as the yogis, they start to, how shall we say, take themselves too seriously. Poof. Good job. Now, I'm going to switch across my legs because that way is very habitual. By the way, I sit on a blanket. I've got sharp tailbone and sit bones. Now, if you have yoga blocks, you should get a pair of these. They're on sale on Amazon for Christmas. Ask Santa. 5 inches, 7 inches, 14 inches. You can have them delivered by tomorrow. And you can stack them in front of you. And you can rest your forehead while you do a seated forward fold. Now, I mentioned this because many friends are very tight. You might be more flexibler and you can come down lower, or you might be stiff as a boiled ostrich and you can scarcely lean forward at all. But don't compare yourself to nobody else. Use good grammar and run your own race. And we'll do this for about 30 seconds. Stop thinking. On your next inhale, come on up. All right, now we're asymmetrical creatures mostly, so I'm going back to what I call my original cross. If you can do more complex crossing of your legs, full lotus or any of the other poses, feel free. Now, do I need these blocks? Can I bring my head all the way down? Yeah, I can, but it's Wednesday. It's a more mellow sort of thing, and I'm not trying to be president of the Yoga Society. I just want to get in the herd, be a yogi amongst yogis. If you're dying for joint juice, don't die. Stay with me. On your next inhale, and come on up. Good job. All right. Okay, take your right fingertips back left corner of your head and very gently just tilt your head to the right. And then drop your chin. And then tilt and drop and tilt and drop and take your time. On Wednesday, we add the tincture of time. We take our time. Everybody's always in a hurry, checking their cell phones. Relax this left shoulder. Let your chin relax down. Relax your mouth. Good. Then bring your head back up. Click. Left finger's back right corner. First I tilt, then I drop. After I drop, I can tilt a wee more and then drop my chin. I don't want my shoulders all yanked up. That's not going to help at all. I'm going to relax my shoulders, relax my mouth. If I inadvertently drool, I consider that a compliment. So today I was installing a new shelf for my catio outside, and my cat Looney was enjoying it, and I asked him if he would give me a smoochie, and instead he stuck his paw through and cut my nose. Good. Bring our head back up. Now, here's a cool one. This is very joint juicy. This is joint juicy. Got my hands on my knees. My left shoulder is going to go down toward my right knee, and I'm going to sweep it around. I call it circle in the drain. I call it upward spiral as my left shoulder, right knee, right shoulder, left knee. I keep my hips nice and anchored into the ground. I get my waistband going. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, and a waste is a terrible thing to mind. 6 and 8. Good job. All right, right shoulder, left knee. I don't know if you can come all the way down or not. I'm not going to judge you for it. Don't let what you can't do get in the way of what you can do. 4. If you're brand new, just move a little bit, but make sure you come to all the classes. Don't miss. Commitment is doing what you said you were going to do long after the mood in which you agreed to do it is past. And 8. Now, I know a lot of you out there in TV land, you have frozen paws, you have carpool tunnel syndrome, itises, and isms. So we're going to work on that. So folding my wrist, dorsiflexion, and I'm going to lean forward into my hands. Drop your chin, close your eyes, and be careful with sensation. Try to find what the Buddha called the middle ground, the middle lane of sensation. Don't force, but do feel something. We're not here to anesthetize ourselves, as tempting as that sounds. I'm an aesthetic with an ascetic for anesthetic. One of my wrists is bendier than the other one because I injured my finger in a swimming pool accident. Careful what you're diving into. Have you ever made stupid mistakes in your life? Good. Now I'm going to walk my dogs a little bit. See this? A little left, a little right. Purr, purr, purr. Good job. Now, our wrists seem to be permanently broken in this direction. We'll fix that. Feet together, internal rotation, external. See how joint juicy this is? This gets joints juicy. Now I'm starting to exaggerate. I like to exaggerate for effect, telling stories. I never let a few facts get in the way of a good story. Good. Now all the internal rotation. Handcuffs, maybe later tonight. Now I'm packing my wrists into the back underneath my armpits. This is palmar flexion. Elbows inside my knees. Drop my chin. And if you can't get your elbows inside your knees, give it a couple of weeks. I have friends that can easily squeeze their knees all the way in together. Comparison is the thief of joy. By the way, these poses build patience very slowly. Good. Yeah, the best one ever. Lace your hands and roll them around like a jellyfish floating in front of your face. 6, 7, 8. This builds fluidity. If I do this enough and play piano for 80 more years, I'll be Vladimir Horowitz. Probably not. Shake your paws out. I wouldn't mind being that guy that plays down at Nordstrom on occasion, but that's at least 20 more years. I know a guy that does that. He doesn't like doing it. I want to do what he wants to do, and he wants to do what I want to do. Faster, faster. The key to life is loving what you already have. Cup your hands at your heart. Practice gratitude. Thank you for exactly what I have in this moment. Okie doke, squeeze your knees in together, and then one of the most important poses, fetal position. Pull your heels in as far, maybe you're really tight, your feet come into here, your knees are splayed out, you can't do it. Little kids, get your grandkids to curl into a little ball and then re-wrap a couple of times. Now I'm going to cross my wrists and grab outside my feet. If you can't do it, there's a lot of things you can't do yet. I can play Beethoven's Für Elise. Everybody can play that, all the beginners. Can I play Appassionata yet? Nope. Squeezing is really good for you. Good. Now, we're going to pay attention to our feet tonight, and I want you to be real sensible about this. I know you can do that. You probably can do that. This is good. This gives us access to working with our foot. If this one will fold under, do that. Now I'm going to crack my toes. Crack, 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 crack. Now my freezing cold winter December toes, my mistletoes, I'm going to just kind of stretch them open. Sometimes in the wintertime, the gunk builds up in between your toes. We can be real here, you guys. Now I'm stretching my toes open. If I had time, I'd go and get some Costco avocado oil and spray them on my toes. But I'm going to take my left fingers and I'm going to jam them all the way inside my toes. This doesn't feel very good on the finger that I broke, but see the things I do for you? If you can't get your fingers in your toes anymore, there's still hope for you. And then I'm going to circle my ankle around. Crank, 6, 7, 8. Other way, 1, 2. Yogis have a distressing saying. They say we die from the feet up. So all this joint juice and stimulation of your far digits, your distal digits, 7, 8. Now, careful on this, but I'm going to squeeze my right toes into my left fingers. I'm squeezing. I'm splaying these toes open. This balances my corpus callosum, the serial cable that connects the left and right hemispheres of my brain. Squeezing, splaying, and the sound of one hand praying at my heart. I'm going to drop my chin, close my eyes, and I don't know about you, but I'm going to go into samadhi, ecstasy. Send you a postcard or meet me there. If this stuff seems weird or austere or aesthetic, good. Do weird stuff at least once a day. Good. Now I'm going to extract that hand out. See that? Now my right leg goes out. Even my new friends can just put the foot over the top and you just crank a doodle dandy. If the right shin folds under, groovy. Crank or crack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If your toes don't crack, they might sooner or later. Then take I suffer from cold hands and cold feet. Warm heart, but cold hands. You would not want to sleep in the same. If my foot touched you in bed, you would scream. Now I'm stretching my toes open really wide. Now, is there any debris in there? Nope, clean as a whistle, but your toes, I don't know. Now my 4 right fingers are going to slide inside my left toes from the bottom side. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's for my YouTubers in Germany. Ich bin ein Frankfurter. Now I'm going to squeeze my toes into my fingers. I have very strong feet. I could break my fingers. I don't want to do that, but I'm squeezing, I'm stimulating myself, splaying these toes open, praying with one hand at my heart, dropping my chin, making ujjayi breathing, and yoga chitta vritti narodaha. Yoga is the termination of the incessant caterwauling of my mind. Stop thinking, in other words. Squeeze and splay. Beautiful. Okay. The only contraindication of this, you might get a scorching case of athlete's hand. And now we're going to massage the middle center bottom of our feet. And after this, we'll do something completely different. But I'm a huge fan of keeping your feet soft, supple, pink, rosy, and happy. The middle center bottom of your foot, if you didn't know, associates with heart, lung, breathing. Good. Wag your knees out a little bit. Maybe your knees are way up here and you're being hurtled back by your tight ass, but let's get those hips open. More money will fit in your wallet. It's pretty groovy. Good. Now, for those of you who can, see how my arms are bent and I'm straightening them. I'm pushing my knees all the way down, lengthening my spine, dropping my chin. Okie doke. Now, this right knee is going to fold over your left knee. Isn't that a cool looking position? And your left ankle, if possible, comes out as a little twisty tie, right? Isn't that nice? And so if you can't do this, just approximate. You might be like leaning way over, going, ouch. Otherwise, stretch your arms up to the ceiling, knuckles on your head, push your palms up, and turn to the right. This is just a mild variation of a very simple ancient yoga twist. And if you do every pose is really sort of a prayer. It's kind of like the 80s and all of Madonna's songs. Everything was like something, like a prayer, like a virgin, like, etc. Inhale. And I'm going to release my hands down. I'm going to turn more to the right. I'm going to grab my right hip with my left hand and twist myself a little more. Now here's a pose that I made up. No humans have ever done this before me. My hands are behind me and now I'm going to lift up my hips. It seems like, hey, Greg, how come your hips don't go up higher? None of your business. I'm just going to lift them up as high as I can. When I was 20, my hips would go flying to the ceiling. My ponytail would come down to the earth. Unicorns would come flying out of my body. And now this is pretty good. I'm happy with this. And sink down. Good. Now, this is very challenging. I could lay all the way on my back, but I might break something. So for me, back on my hands, maybe your elbows. Trust the process, give it time. This is the hardest range of motion for most stiff, tight, adult Westerners. In other words, about 6 billion people on the planet, roughly. I could lean all the way on my back, my knees would come up, then I'm just a teeter-totter. It's just the law of diminishing returns. Good. Come on up. Okay, then untie this Gordian knot, this accordion knot. Wag it out a little bit. Good, now this is going to fold over this. This right ankle makes a cute little twisty tie like this. Now on this side, because of my non-childbearing hips, I lift up so far my right hip a little bit. Now I can sit reasonably level. I'm level-headed now. Push up. I'm going to push up all the way to the top of this beautiful painting behind me. It's a Todd Schultz original. He's my house artist. Turn left, left, left. I'm going to reposition this painting, put the cat tree on top of it, and build little steps that zigzag up to the top. It's going to be amaze balls. It's what I'm giving Looney for Christmas. He's giving me a bloody nose. I'm giving him a cat wall. Inhale. Now I'm turning left, and my right hand's going to my L hip. Maybe you can reach down, even grab your left foot. Maybe your left arm snakes all the way behind your back, reaches around and grabs your right shin. Do your yoga, be yourself, everyone else is taken. Stop thinking. I'm here not to help you think better. I'm here to help you stop thinking so much. Inhale here. Exhale, release. Now, all I'm doing, everything from the equator down, all of South America, etc., is staying where it is. My hands go behind me, and now I'm lifting South America up. Lift up. Could I lift up higher? Yeah, maybe if I took an epidural or something, but this is fine for me. I play golf, I play music, I got things to do. This is good. I like the yoga that keeps me active, healthy, frisky, and flexible. Good, now my buns sink down. And you bendy bears, you ragdolls, you Romanian gymnasts, just lay all the way on your back in this pose. Extend your arms back over your head, look like a movie star. I look more like a key grip than the movie star. Visualizing my new cat setup. Oh, it's going to be so cool. I'm going to paint it and stuff. Now, my cat may never go on it, but I don't, that's irrelevant. Okay, now let's get out of this. Time for something completely different. Drag your legs out. Now, what's a counter pose of all that? Plant your hands in your feet and raise your bottom. R-A-I-S-E, not R-A-Z-E. I'll raise your bottom later. Lift up. Raise is one of those words, has opposite meanings spelled differently. I think that's called a synonym. Lift up. Good. And sink on down, you guys. Stretch legs out. Very important one. Extend your arms up. If you're tight, your knees are bent, you're leaning back, you're barely breathing, you're snorting. After a while, your breathing will open up, your legs will extend, your spine will open up, lungs will start to work again. You can be happy in your body again. Good news. Good. Now, one of my favorites, it's called Praying with Your Hands and Feet. Santa, please bring me another. I need another Tesla, Santa, a white one this time. Clap your hands and your feet. Now, your feet may be very far away. You're one of my newcomers just getting in on the algorithm. If your feet are too far away, just kind of grab and hang on. Grab your big toes if you can. Stretch out lefty. Stretch out righty. Lefty. Both. You just balance on your tail feathers. If your legs aren't perfectly flexible, if they don't extend all the way out, watch a different yoga channel where they criticize and judge you, or just stick with us where we affirm and applaud you for doing the best that you can. Ah, see why this one's better? Plus, we're more humble here too. Good, then brings them in like this, set them down, and we have done our joint juice. I feel good about that. I owe it to my friends. Now, what shall we do now? I think we should be on our back and we should take our legs up into an inversion, but not just a boring one. We should put our hips on a block and thus do variations of Setu Bandhu Sarvangasana, which means supported bridge pose. Also yoga, if you have a psychological or a heart block, it'll begin to clear that up. But for the meantime, what I'm going to do, just watch this. If you're brand new and confused, first get yoga blocks. My veterans know what to do. You just lie on your back. Now, not both of these blocks. I'm not that flexible. Just one, like this. See that? Now, it's from my waistband down. It's not, I shouldn't even do this, but I'm putting it underneath my kidneys and it feels horrible. So I'm sliding it down so it's underneath my sacrum, the big triangle-shaped bone at the end of your spine. Good. Knees in, legs up. Now you might be saying, but Greg, I can't stick my legs up this long. And I would say, well, you haven't been taking good care of yourself, but if you just kind of go like this for a minute, this capacity will come back. For those of you who can extend your legs up with this nice 5-6 inch lift underneath your hips, excellent. Close your eyes. Now we're moving deeper into more patient yin, bordering on restorative yoga. How long will we do this, you might ask? And I would say, until we're done. Now, some of this is going to be kind of challenging for you. You might huff and puff and groan or complain or be miserable, but suffer productively. Because now we're going to do what no one does hardly ever, which is the side splits. Now, if you're a yogi or a ballerina or a gymnast or I don't know, professional athlete, you do the side splits a lot. You need this range of motion, this strength, this flexibility. But if you're just tuning in, you've been watching political YouTubes, I'm glad you're here instead. Remember, you can just try something for a moment, and then this is an acquired taste, like Brussels sprouts. Circulate your ankles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. By the way, when I golf with my other 60-year-old guy friends, this is how I warm up on the first tee, and they pretend not to know me. Good, now I'm going to squeeze my legs back together. My left thigh is crossing over my right thigh. See that? Isn't that clever? I bend my knees, and see how I can't put my left ankle underneath my right ankle? Not yet. But for some people, that's very easy. If you can do it, do it. And then bring your right foot down. Now pretend that you like it for about a minute. This is good for your super extra constricted hip flexors. If this is too easy, just raise. I'm going to raise the block up. See, I can do stuff way crazier. Yeah, I do stuff you can't even believe. I just don't want to scare my audience away. This is yoga for everybody else. I'm on a mission from God to bring yoga to people who think that they can't do it, as well as all my friends who already can. Now, I think it would be cool if my left ankle would go under, but I'm gonna have to lose about 5 more pounds and I'll be able to do that again. Good, now my knees are gonna come in. I wonder how far I can bring my knees in, keeping my buns on the block. Oh, that's a great pose. Good, now my leggies go up. We do the splits again, super wide. You could get a protractor out and measure your ankle angle. What's that? I'm thinking about 150 degrees here, not bad. Now, I'm going to super wrap my right thigh over my left thigh, tight as I can, bend my knees. And if I had a friend here, they could probably cram my right foot underneath my left if we had some bacon grease as well. But this is sufficient. Now I slowly drift my left foot down, and this is where most peeps are very tight. Oh, geez. There we go. Nice stretch to the back of my neck. Don't turn your head left or right. Don't do that. Not while your neck is in flexion. Unless you're 8 years old, you can do whatever you want. Then you can dance around it. You can break dance on your head if you want. Fine with me. This is a good pose for thinking really hard, solving all of your problems, worrying a lot, and extrapolating forward into imaginary scenarios. Actually, it's better to just trust and relax and let go of worry and realize worry is a very bad mental habit. Everything works together for good for those who love good. Okay, now my knees come in. Now here's a pose that I made up. I call it Urdhva Paschimottanasana, Urdhva upside down, Paschimottanasana deep forward fold. And I just let my legs drift over my body. Now I'm not bringing my butt up over my head and my feet down. That's called plow or halasana. That's something different. This is just keeping my hippies anchored on the blocks, keeping this deep crease of my hips. If you were a very bendy person, your legs would fold all the way over and you'd have your nose in between your shin bones and whatever. I like the patience, the prudence, the peace of this one. I can really feel layer by layer, increment by increment, atom by atom, molecule by molecule, subatomic particle by subatomic particle, a gentle, patient, prudent release. Progress, not perfection. Good. Now I'm gonna bend my knees. Slowly bring my feeties in for a landing. Here they come. Good. Now, can you just stretch your legs out as far as they'll go? Maybe cross one ankle over the other one. Extend your arms up back over your head. This is called Spanish Inquisition. Good. Biggest inhale from your belly button ever. Stretch your belly button all the way up to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale. My cat does this on the side of the couch. Arms up over his head. Good. Now we're going to bring our feet back in, plop them on the earth. Arms down to support our body. Lift up your booty cheeks. Take the block out of the way. Slowly bring your hippies down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If possible, feet together, knees out. Grab your elbows. And I'm going to come over to your house with a pizza roller and roll you out. You might say something like, "Don't." Won't a twist be good after this? I concur. Okie doke, timing is good. Come on up, kids. This thing where it says cats will come running is false advertising. So momentarily on all fours, get on your knees, kids. We're going to do a couple cats and cows because a day is not a day without a cat and a cow. Grind your hips with me. That's an invitation, isn't it? Oscillate your undercarriage with me. Circumnavigate your globes. Oscillate your oscillates. Ups and downs. So simple, so good for you. Good. Now, here's a cool twist. I'm taking my left arm out to the side. See this? I'm bringing my left shoulder and my left ear down to the floor. See, my right hand is staying on the floor. My knees are down. I'm in an inversion. I'm twisting. I'm shoulder stretching. I'm neck releasing. I'm yada yada-ing. Now, I am going to offer you a more challenging variation of this, which you may or may not like, and it's yogi's prerogative whether you do it, but just do this for a moment. If your right arm will tuck behind your back, then it just simply delivers more hydraulic pressure into your twists, neck stretch, shoulder release. If it's too much on your face, if you feel like you're being wheelbarrowed into the floor, keep your right hand down. It's okay. We're friends here. As long as you like and subscribe immediately after class, share this with friends. Now, here's the distressing option if you need a little more frisky tonight. Just take your right leg up. I invented this sequence. I think it's quite challenging. It's good for your core. It's just good for everything. Right arm up. And this is a good picture for your Christmas card, isn't it? Look like you've done it before. Big sideways smile. This is usually when my cat comes in and pounces on me, right when I'm exceedingly vulnerable. Good. Bring it back in for a landing. Push out. ups and downs. Oscillate your acetabulums. Your acetabulums are your hip joint, in case you didn't know. Not using bad language. Okay, you guys know the sequence. Right arm sticks out, zing. Good. If you're really tight, brand new, miserable, right elbow's fine. Right shoulder, right ear. Ah, knees are down, nothing exotic yet. Left hand is on the floor supporting my upper body, or my left arm tucks all the way behind my back and hand goes inside my right thigh. I used to do that when I was a skinny teenager. Now I'm a buff, middle-aged guy. Middle age. I'm middle aged if I'm going to live to be 168 years old. Sorry. I think if I say something for coming in, I'm just going to bring my left up. That'd be wobbling. And if you lift up your left arm, it'd be like wobble more. But wobbling is good because then you quell it. Extend, be a sideways starfish. It solves all of your problems because it creates a big problem. And now get back in for a landing. Come on out. Conclude with a couple of cats and cows. Good. And this is where the elite meet to get off their feet and back on their seat. Now, one glorious you can move your legs just fine. Yogasana, right ankle over your left knee, shoulder, and it does make sure arm out, right arm under. This is fine for newbies, just always ups and downs. And I have to do this once a day, otherwise I get migraine headaches. I wrap my elbow in my hand, PTSD, trauma, and neck bends and ankles. Juice at its best, world-class joint juice. And now I twist all the way to the right for my final twist. This is our last pose, except for the other side. Turn your face, turn the other cheek all the way to the left. Stop thinking. There's a field out beyond right and all thinking. I'll meet you there. Sorry about that. I had a Zoom hiccup. Not sure what it was. My internet has gas. Good. I hope you're still there. Leave me a chat if you're still here. Release out. Plus, that's my whole worldwide audience of 1 billion people. Good. And other side. And legs is fine. This goes over. Right shin goes under if you can. Arms out. Seems like you're still there. Hula, left arm under. Fold up if you can. Great turnout tonight. Circle your elbows around. Other way. Conclude a lot of my practice with this. This is the Om stretch. Everything goes left, elbows, belly up, face. Then just your face goes to the right. This helps me to calm the constant. Me off as all mellow. Your back. If you're still with me, relax on your back. 5 blessed minutes of Shavasana. I switched to my other Wi-Fi, but connect to the deepest Wi-Fi of all. Settle in. If you're new to yoga, you get 5 minutes on your back in bliss, and I won't bother you anymore. Peace be with you, my friends. Soak up lots of love, light, and bliss over these next couple of minutes. Okay, my friends, begin to come back. Breathe back into your body. Take your time. No rush. Good. If you'd like to invite God, love, source, infinite, higher, organizing, whatever you want to call it, now's a great time. I call it infinite, higher, organizing principle, IHOP for short. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Good. Curl over on your right side when you're ready. Take your time. Good. Now, please keep your eyes closed when you sit up. Take your time, no rush. Gather together, eyes closed, chin bowed, hands to the heart. In silence and stillness, we are one. All together around the world, we say Namaste. As always, I thank and bid adieu to my YouTube friends first. Thank you for liking and subscribing. The numbers are expanding. I'm super grateful. What difference does numbers make? Well, it's just the tangible expression that yoga and the love and the bliss and the well-being of this very simple kind of yoga for everybody is spreading. So thank you for helping me with that. Looney and I appreciate it. And we'll see you YouTubers later.